Hi everyone, welcome to I've Got Questions, Who's Got Answers. My question for today is, where do you call home? Yes, where do you call home? If someone were to ask me, where do you call home, Isi? I would say Nigeria is home to me. I am proudly Nigerian. I used to say that very excitedly before, but now I pause to say I'm proudly Nigerian. I am proudly Nigerian, but I understand that Nigeria has happened not just to people but to us. Our leaders have failed us. I just feel it's intentional. I feel it is intentional. I always think, are they making things so hard? Are they keeping quiet because they want to get so many people, probably the middle class, out of the country, keep the poor poorer? They're not providing quality education, subjugate the masses, and continue to carry out their very wicked acts. That's why I feel personally. Because if you look at the history of Nigeria, pre-independence, post-independence, moving from military to democracy, we've had the same people in power, the same military people in power, now wearing their agbadas and ruling. And I think enough is enough. Enough is enough. But back to my question, where do you call home? So for me, it's Nigeria. But for my children, I wonder how they would answer that question. I would not be surprised if they say they call home England, because they've lived here for most of their lives. 2 weeks ago, the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer resigned. I can say one of the major issues was migration. He didn't give them what they promised, and it is a very dicey issue. In 2018, during that time, we had the Windrush crisis, which was major, and I'll just do a recap so that you understand what I mean by the Windrush crisis. Now, let's do a recap of the Windrush scandal, like I promised. So the Caribbean migrants were invited to Britain between 1948 and 1971. Because post-World War II, Britain needed workers in transport, manufacturing, and the newly formed NHS. Many migrants answered the call, expecting opportunity and belonging, and they were deemed legally British with the right to live and work in the UK. Now, fast forward 60 years later, beginning around 2017-2018, so that's less than 10 years ago, a new government comes in with immigration policies that required people to prove decades of residency, something many from the Windrush generation could not do because they had arrived as children on their parents' passports. This led to many of them being wrongly detained, threatened with deportation, and some of them were actually deported. Many were told they were illegal immigrants because the Home Office had destroyed landing cards and key records. The Windrush story is central to understanding how immigration policies can harm legal citizens and the ongoing fight for justice, dignity, and recognition. Anything can happen at any time. Do you have a backup plan? Where do you call home? So from that recap, you can see that the Jamaicans were invited here, they settled, and then all of a sudden a new government comes in and says, if you don't have your papers, you need to go back. Now, there's nothing new under the sun, and I think it is very possible that a time will come that regardless of papers, regardless of whether or not you were born here, what business you have started. I mean, it's happening across African countries. Even if you have businesses, as long as you're not an indigene, go back. So if that were to happen, will I have the option of somewhere I can go back to? Because I've seen Nigerians celebrating, jubilating when they are leaving Nigeria, like they've won the jackpot, like they are escaping from somewhere. And I don't blame them, because life has happened to them. But where are you escaping to? That's the question. Where are you escaping to? Regardless of whether or not we understand the system or know where we're escaping to, I just believe in life, if you don't have options, you are in trouble. So it's always good we have options. It's always good, and I think this is where my message is going to, that our children know that they have options. Now, when the Keir Starmer thing happened, we were watching the news. We're big on politics in my house. I just said to them, I wish XYZ person would coming to take over that office, number 10. Let's see what he has to offer. And they both screamed. They're like, Mom, no, we can't allow him coming because we'll have to drop one of our passports. And I'm like, yeah, big deal. If you have to drop one passport, then you have, Nigeria is home, you know. But because of the things happening there, I mean, when we go back to Nigeria, they're happy, they're comfortable, they have a nice time. We're not blind to the insecurity, the healthcare issues, the poverty. We see it, we experience it. So I think now is the time to fight for the place that we call home. I say Nigeria is home to me, and that is why I'm doing this video. If Nigeria is home to you, if you are from any other African country that is home to you, then I think you should be fully involved in the decision-making process, whether you're there, whether you're not there. Just do what you can. If you can speak up. I'm not endorsing anyone. I know elections are coming up, but I think now is the time to take back our home for those that call XYZ country home. So what do you think? Where do you call home? And yes, just one thing before I go. Africa is the next big thing. I know people have been saying that, but Africa is the next big thing. So we need to work on making that environment an environment that our children can be proud to call home one day. And thank you. Today is a good day. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you. I would like to get your opinions and take to my questions. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your loved ones. Today is a good day.